Um, yeah, okay. May the sun shine upon y'all. As you see, and the wording that I utilized, I didn't put Y apostrophe ALL as in like a group of y'all. I put what's common and known to seafarers and mariners, a two-masted fore and aft rigs, aft rig sailboat with what's that shit called? A mezzanine. I'm hungry, y'all. I'm really hungry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna dig into this after this though. But mezzanine boom overhang of the with the mezzanine boom overhang of the stern, but two-masted. Or in the terms of how I'm actually using it right now, it's like a ship's jolly. I'm trying to remember some old Navy stuff that I learned. Learn how to drive a coaster. I'm not a coaster. I'm an ordnance, but you can apply and learn these different things. I need to start cutting this stuff up. I got my tablet right here, but I don't like to read. And some people would be like, why don't you read and have it written down? No, I want to keep this natural, real organic, not the bullshit. Claim to fame organics and all this bull crap. It's like the ship's jolly, like 6 to 4 people like rowing oars, oar patrol. That's what I mean. Somebody's got a whip and y'all are rowing the oars. Like 300 Rise of an Empire, or the first and second one. The second one you see them rowing the boats in a chain, but you see the Spartans, which are actually us. That's a whole other topic, and I don't want to, our history has been spread all over the fucking earth. I'm tired. Like when I was in my 20s going to Egypt for the third time, and I saw these dark brothers at the bottom who were looking at us from so-called America, and I remember telling them that I don't call the land America, and they smiled. They had a sigh of a relief. It's like the first time they heard something that they should have heard a long time ago. I says, I don't call the land America. I call the people. And I don't call everybody America, because most people are raised in ignorance. We have these motherfuckers that control everything, and the first thing they want to do after talk fast and set standards for things that are baseless and factless, but rewrite history and publish and say, yeah, we're going to publish this, we're going to do this. But we have to control the real people, the real jewels, the gods, the ones who are being made. Something's making them worry about us, but instead of being intelligent and smart, this is what they do. Oh, so everybody's anti-Semitic, everybody baseless, factless, and another arguing point to create another chapter. Excuse my beard, guys. I just woke up and I threw water on my face. I didn't brush my beard and nothing. But anyway, I shouldn't matter about it. It shouldn't matter. But so that's why I put y'all, like with a country drop. You know what I'm saying? Like, not the twang I am with all that shit. But I was looking and I was sitting there saying, wow, liberals and conservatives, Newark, New Jersey, really? A 10-foot statue of George Floyd? I can't even get this shit out of my mouth because it doesn't even sit with the order in my dreams. I now absolutely believe that the majority of y'all are fucking doomed. I should have put hashtag Newark, New Jersey, East Orange, Montclair, Philly, Delaware, Pennsylvania. I should have put going up all the way up into Chicago, Ohio, all around the board, all that, Arkansas, Mississippi. I should have put all of it together. Because you know what, in California, what I noticed, all the people who are involved in perversions, they're still over there in the valley and stuff like that, porn and all that. But the majority of people, like the Pizzagate stuff, they got quiet all of a sudden because of distractions when it was being blown and toted. When people were coming forward from Hollywood and speaking, all of a sudden it was silence. Who do you think controlled that? It's like Eazy-E and Hella. Well, it's well known that Hella worked there, and Lou was somebody who's a punk, deep boule, Masonic, still locked up, we believe. And not that I care. No, most of the time he entered this, murdered that young man. He's the E because he owned his shit. He had the money. He put money in it. He left the drug game. He became somebody, had good credit and all that, which you never hear because you don't like the dynamics of truth. But here it is. You're over there in Brick fucking City. You stupid sons of bitches build a fucking monument to George Floyd. But you don't even know what Martin Luther King was telling your monkey asses because you saw in the Super Bowl of lies like Cory Booker's punk ass in the Senate, because that's what the position he felt like he should have been in, but he had to earn his way regardless of bloodline ties. Y'all don't get it. You think Fox don't have an agenda alongside all the other? Why is it Fox stand alone by itself? What happened to Al Jazeera? What happened to RT, Russian television? Why is it that nobody's paying attention to all these distractions to understand and recognize them as a distraction to change people's mind to get to remove the perception of lies? I don't care about what's going on. What I care about is the people actually being aware. I don't like that word, aware. Being aware. Let me get this clothes off. I threw down the stairs, y'all. Sorry. Gotta do some laundry, guys. Gotta watch these PJs at nights. All right, here we go. I'm looking, I'm like, nah, Jay, you don't do that shit, bro. You just don't leave stuff on the floor like that. So, anywho, right? I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know what? I understand the perversion a lot more because I see stuff like this. And this is stuff I wrote down. Keep it 100 experiences. That's female truck driver. I'm listening to her talk, and she's monetizing. You know why she's got over 74.2 thousand subscribers and here recent and pretty new? Because people love sex. Sex sells, but people won't speak the truth or be honest. Because the majority of these motherfuckers are probably married, got kids, incestual, whatever the fuck's going on. These are perversions. That's why I don't want a great number. I just want a few. Besides the nosy motherfuckers that come on, the bots. Or the idiots who want to send FYI and all that. I blocked them. Let's see if they blocked them twice. So obviously it's with YouTube. Here it is, an Indian and Jew. And Germanic, dark and pale skin bloodline. So I guess I can say, yeah, I'm an African American, but I'm an Indian, a real one, who they came to attempt to deceive. Well, French, you could say, Dutch French, some shit. They're all the same goddamn people, y'all. They're all Bolognese. I wish we would stop with the bullshit. All the Peckerwoods who killed a lot of Jews were killing their cousins. See, they don't have a fucking clue because they don't have no identity. They don't know the truth. White didn't come into existence until 1714, 1719. There was no white folks until then. Just like in Texas, this Juneteenth shit is so disturbing to see the goofy niggas who don't know no better because they've been raised in the dynamics of a Zionist education system. And yet they want to be your friends, Vlad TV, this, that, and Sean can't want to sit up and lie. No, they're full of shit, y'all. Excuse me being very blunt. I'm very peculiar to being very blunt. Because the cowards, like I'm saying, the Californians, all them perversions, all them things, people that did 6 years who you know nothing about, they all spread across America. They ran from over there because they know an invasion is imminent. Except for the dumb Negroes in Cali still talking about gang bang, all that goofy shit. So anyway, I look at her. It's not knocking her, attempting to get him. I'm using examples. No defamation of character, nothing like that. I'm not into that. I'm about what our ancestors were labeled as by the Franciscans, righteousness, and not some religious deity or religious conceptualization and all that other bullshit. But the word as far as what you understand righteousness to be, which we got an ism and this, whatever the fuck, but that's what it is. So you understand. I'm not going to sit there and explain it the way I recognize it because it took a long time to see it for what it is. And then I was sitting there saying, well, look at that guy, Prophet Muscle. Man, fuck out of here. People are put in position, and the only person that can say this coming around with an understanding of things is Pastor Dow. But these people are people who I talk to. I mean, not talk to, but I can communicate with. as far as like messages, and if they respond, then I'm like, okay, but I don't go no further. I don't do the arguing back and forth and stuff like that. I make a statement. Why are you pushing back? Some people don't even respond because what they're gonna say to me when I know they don't came and looked at the video or they heard from somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because I was on them streets at home, and I was sitting there looking at these goofy little, you know, goofy Africans and everything trying to play us, telling us who the fuck we are and where we from, and they don't even have a clue who they are. So when I'm looking at stuff like Drizzy Burke, I love him. Jamaica. I said to him, I DM him and says, look, when I come down, I'm gonna hang with you guys. They're like, come on, Wagwan. I'm like, definitely, I want to get my boy Kwame Enough, musician out of England. You know, go to Ghana. Be visit my boy Bowman and his family, people who I love dearly, who I seem like are my second cousins, my first cousins. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand this shit because they don't like to listen. They like to have the bullshit of history. When I tell you the first segregation started in so-called fake-ass Europe, and that's all them people migrating, being pushed to so-called what you think is Africa. The maps are not what they are. Stop believing what the maps are. Stop believing in the false census and numbers. That's why they keep taking census, because they don't know no truth. They don't have a truth. I'm going to always say something that's going to rival the nation for those who really want to know something. But they're going to want to shadow ban the bots and everything else because they're cowards. They're scared because they have no control over anything except for stopping something getting out that's going to get out anyway. It doesn't have to get out because order is still not selected. It is a natural occurring, not phenomenon, reality. Phenomenon is this new world order, unnatural, and what's occurring because of people's ignorance and arrogance is this new world order shit that's been in play for a little while, but it's fractured and broken and will never work. They'll deceive you like with this major who was fired from the Space Force. And he's sitting there talking like he done had a couple of cranks and been pegged a few times. And here you are, we supposed to sit there and listen on Fox to these idiots. Like this is some real shit when he knows exactly his role and what he's playing, and he ain't been fired for nothing. The deception is so deep and they're so full blown in it that they wouldn't know how to be honest or sincere and truth because it's not relevant to the reality of the lies they've created. Lie upon lie. Why is it when we was growing up, we learned you tell one lie, you continue to lie. All you're gonna do is build lie upon lie upon lie. And you be thinking you're professional and good at it. But no, you create a system that can be dismissive, even though the lie is still there, and people just walk away because we become dumbed down. So dumbed down that the lie don't even matter no more because our perceptions on everything else that they're putting in front of us visually or non-visually created by a red flag. Now they use that. You see what I'm saying? When I told you what a red flag was from the military, training purposes. But here now they're using it like, yeah, we got red flag laws for 2A and out in the states and the federal government, all this bullshit. So supersize me. I look at them Jews that do that, eating all that shit, pork and all that, and I'm like, what's going on here? I told you when I was in Palestine in so-called Haifa, I was going to get some healthy halal food, and everybody I saw, them Jews I saw were eating ham sandwiches. So I went to where the Hasidics were, and they were telling me, this is what they were telling me. Believe me. None of what you see, half of what you hear, and pay attention to whatever you feel. This is what these people were telling me when I told them who my family members were. At first, they didn't want shit to do with me. They looking at me like another dumb nigga from America. Probably come over here and want to fuck the Arabs and the Jews who's all about that shit. Nope. No, I get poontang everywhere I went, but I'm just saying, I had to pay for no. Discreet, talk to women, meet families, have a good time, and people just fell in, and when they gave themselves over and I gave myself over, it's like, oh, okay, we can do this. It's the truth. And I'm looking at this dude, this brother. I have respect for everybody on here. It sounds like I'm talking negative about it. See, people don't understand about order is you don't have to hate. That's something that's a learned behavior. You don't need that to respond to something that needs to be responded to appropriately when orders, you reestablish yourself back with order. I'm far from it. I'm working on it. It's the formalities of understanding it is frightening because I've been in ignorance and chaos all my life. Order is not complicated. I think about the bitch. Check this out. nursing school. You never draw blood from here. This bitch tried to put something in me. Maybe she did. I went back over to the hospital yesterday to the ER. Says, where's that blonde-headed chick that tried to draw blood from my fucking bicep? And why was she doing this? Because, see, I understand, and everybody got quiet. I said, I better not see her out in these streets. And I don't want to hear it's not a threat. It's reality. You don't go invading this holy temple of mine, if you want to understand words, and do this dumb shit you did. Because I was so tight, my chest was so tight, but I was so calm. Then when she was doing it, I was like, yo, what are you doing? So then she went back here. I'm like, what are you doing? Then I started telling them, pre-med, this, that, and other. So what was you doing? She shouldn't say. The doc, they all in respect when they came in and told me, you get the COVID. I don't come at me with that COVID vaccine shit. Do not ask me again. Nobody's testing me for shit. You can do a temperature check on my fucking hand, no lasers on my head. Don't play with me. They backed the fuck off. I said, you remember I'm the guy that was poisoned? It took an Ethiopian, a brother, to be true and honest with me while the rest of y'all were lying in your pygmy tribe-like mentality. Your broken mentality. Because y'all haven't elevated yourselves. That's why you call yourselves human, which is a beast. Are y'all aware what the word human actually means in linguistics? While you dumb Negroes run around, why can't we be human, brother? What the fuck? I don't want to be no human brother or what? I got four-legged family brothers and sisters who I'm connected to. I respect more than the biped, two-legged motherfuckers walking around who don't have no sense. Oh, you ain't gonna like some of the things I got to say there, partner. And I'm looking at this dude, the Officer Tatum show, and I've watched so many of his videos to get a real grip on him. I like some of the things to talk about, but he says, why they hate me, why black folks hate me. First of all, he's ignorant, he's young. He was a police officer, they get fired. Because you know why? Because he was corrupt. I was going to tag his name so he can see the video. Somebody sooner or later, he'll get to see it. I really don't give a fuck. See, I can start talking about well over 50,000 infractions and terrible things police have done up to this point, going back just going back 15 years. Or I can go back to the 1980s and 90s, the police, whether in Brooklyn, LA, Texas, Ohio, Minneapolis, Virginia, whatever the fuck, Florida, and all the racist things and the racist things done, overreach, things that were not lawful to citizens, and how they moved the indigenous rights of the true aboriginal people of this land, if we want to use these terms, so they can circumvent them to be stupid like this nigga, who might be an African. Looks more like a pygmy or original people of this land from the Mississippis by reconstructions, but he don't even know who the fuck he is, where the fuck he is. I don't want to know where he's at. Don't have no hate for the brother, but he is another dumb brother on the net. So many of them. There's so many of them. Juneteenth. Are y'all worried? Are y'all even aware that we didn't have no goddamn slaves after the Civil War and we were POW? Otherwise, you wouldn't have the Devil's Punch Bowl. You wouldn't have what happened to Rosewood. You wouldn't have these goofy motherfuckers getting off the boat, putting on a uniform, coming down to police us, moving into our houses, lynching and murdering our people, chasing them like motherfucking Theodore Teddy Roosevelt did with our own people who were ignorant and some of theirs, killing our people all the way, calling it Texas, New Mexico, and all that bullshit, which it was before that was Louisiana, sold by the French. But you don't know that because they ain't teach that in school, because we got a bunch of goofballs who are the actual threat because of their own ignorance, believing that people telling the truth is a threat when the truth is still in records. Airbnb. Oh, you know what? I'm going to send a voicemail. I'm going to keep this real simple. Yes. Your wife talked to me. I had the brown Chevy truck. You were leaving that morning. I checked my vehicle every day and every night. I got the information from the people where you stayed for the Airbnb over at Westview Apartments here in Page, Arizona. Trust me, I do have one picture of your vehicle, which I haven't shared because I expect you to do the right thing. You backed out before you left. You scraped the front of my bumper, my truck. The thing was pushed out in the quarter panel. So we're not going to do this. They're going to call. They're going to get in contact with you, and you need to be honest. Be a man if that's what you are, or if you're a woman, be the woman and be responsible. Because that day you had a box of Bud Light, and he couldn't even speak English. I know you're Armenian, whatever you are. Do the proper thing. Get your insurance. It's not a lot of money. I got deductibles. I pay insurance. Handle your business. I'm live on YouTube. So Marta Perovana, whatever your name is, I got all your information. You just don't get information like that from an Airbnb, Westview Apartments, Page, Arizona. I'm that brother you saw, that indigenous brother you saw with the Indian hat on, who told y'all with the letter in your windshield that you were parked in my spot. But I said, seeing how you're only going to be here for another day, go ahead and stay there. You did. You were in between my side-by-side and my 2020 Chocolate Thunder Chevy Silverado. So don't ask me again. Handle business. Woman or man up. Okay? Thank you. Oh, my apologies. Somebody damaged my vehicle, so they told me, I don't know you. Of course you don't know me, idiot. You stayed in a place with an Airbnb, got your name, your information, everything from the manager. You need to deal with it, and you fucked the front of my truck up, and you're going to fix it. Third time one of these idiots been here, and nobody has time for that. Let me just make sure it went through. All right. Okay, voice message went through. Boom, they got it. Okay, good. But anyway, back to what I was saying before. See, I did that. There's no feeling. I'm not angst or nothing. This to me, that's business, because we have a bunch of people who want to be humans, and they act like animals, and animals don't act like animals. So make sense of it. I'll let you figure that one out. I'm not here to get all into that. And then I was sitting there I was looking at also this Juneteenth stuff. First of all, so-called pale skins, I don't call you white. Literally, I know the true definitions, the terms. I don't care, because your mammy and your grandpappy, your great-grandmammy and great-grandpappy, if you even that long generation over here, told you a bunch of bullshit because they were ignorant and didn't have no education, and that was the last thing they knew. I'm white. No. See, I stick with old definitions because they're based on order and the actual, not assumption or presumption, but the reality of how it was created and why. You're not. And the dumb Negroes pushing that, you're not Negroes, because I'm not your Negro. I'm not damn sure not your black motherfucker. This shit is redundantly stupid. Juneteenth? Are y'all even aware what they're saying there about that? The construct, the whole lies. Our people became POWs on their own land when many weren't. We have been betrayed by our own in the South. The first rebel flag had nothing to do with Peckerwoods, everything to do with the Aboriginal individuals who created the Republican Party. How can it go from 60% to the coup d'etat of late 1700s, early 1800s to all new pale skin majority? See, nobody likes the truth of history because it's all bullshit. Some people will sit there in their ignorance, especially pale skin dumb motherfuckers. Oh, well, well, that's because we won. No, you didn't. No, it's not how it worked. Betrayal wasn't only on written documents and crayon color fictional people. The whole binary behind it was slow and methodic. Partial out because our people became very unrighteous, very wicked, very vile. Darkness set upon them. They became that. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. You love the lies, and the liars are so incredulous in their lies. Like when I was talking about how for the Messiah, when they first established, how they would go around to Palestine's houses in the night while they sleep, put American-made M4s, M16s at their head, and if they move their head to wake up, they would blow their brains out and do that to their children. You think I want to respect a fucking Jew? You think because they think they run this country? They don't run shit. They run this fake world that we fucking created under a guise of falsitudes and idiots who are dumb. Okay? That's what the fuck we see. And they try to silence everybody and everything. Because you know what? The dumbass Chinese, not all Chinese, all my Chinese brothers and sisters are dumb. What they just played, or they played their hand. And that was a foul hand. We built the railroad from one side and even worked with the Chinese on the other side. Because the Wrecking was killing their ass left and right. And they worked with us in the salons and everything, 101. Even their kung fu, the guards, or they knew people who were at that time brought here because they were overthrowing the original people of the land, now called China, in the 1600s. Brought that perversion here, and they were servants given up by the Mongol herds. Until, we know about the two great grandnephews of fucking Genghis Khan, one becoming Mohammedan, another one becoming Catholicism. And they came here in the 1300s under the guise of friendship and brought war, and we subdued their ass very quick. You won't find that in but a few places. I don't even know if they removed that information from the Library of Congress now, because most people didn't go there. Put it in a book, most Negroes don't read it. That's why they could be able to put it there, because all people didn't know to go there and read it. Alito, what's going on, fam? Or Chuma. And it's very disturbing that people don't want to hear these truths. I know that they have a system set up, and this is the reason why I'm talking about these things. I said I'm going to be organic. I'm going to talk about the reality and truth of things that people want to talk. See, they like stuff like that. Dumb stuff coming all over the place, being put all out there. Community guidelines. What community? Whose community? What's the guidelines? Did I help establish those guidelines? See, this is the questions people don't ask, and they don't write nothing. Okay? Look at Lil Wayne puts a thing out, and they call it a movie called Bling. Do you understand what that did to our people? After he was kissing and sucking phalluses and getting pegged or whatever he was doing with that other people put in position, and then put in position to be torn down in front of you, but it's all a game. I gotta get this my tincture for my bronchial. This is real stuff here, guys. This is not fake. And also, I gotta get the stuff for my arteries, which is other than cinnamon and organic apple juice, strawberry wort I made for these. Use a little more water than I'm supposed to, because this stuff tastes like, somebody who can eat gefilte fish, and bitters. I guess now that I put with tobacco all together, tobacco products, this day 5 or 6, whatever the fuck, it's it's different. It's good. It tastes like licorice, really. And I got avocado waiting on me too. Avocado with rice and peas. Yes, I got peas and turmeric. I gotta share this information. I'm a chef, y'all. I like making things. Turmeric, garlic, leeks, cilantro and parsley, rice and peas. Almost dirty rice with the tomato sauce, but not tomatoes that I mash up. I just cook in there, and then and gotta have my mangoes, y'all. That's gonna have them, and pineapple. But that's gonna be my breakfast, quasi, or what you want to call it, my breakfast to break my fast overnight, and kind of like my lunch too. So, but I look at all these things that I actually like to watch, Real World Police and stuff like that, because I talk to people who give me another take on things, who actually live in some of these places. And they say, well, we don't remember seeing that happen. It's a beautiful thing to have people say things other than what it is. So Officer Tatum, he talks all this, that, and the other, and he's a self-hating derelict. He sees the worst because that's what he's tied into, and the worst is out there of everybody. It's a lot of worse they can talk about with me. But I can't hold on to a past that I have nothing to do with other than something that put me in a position to be where I'm at today. A lot of people don't get the chance to make it here. We got a lot of people want to be badass and tough guys and all this, that, and the other. Or their views got to be their way or the highway. They have enough ignorant people, arrogant people who are going to follow it through and believe in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, it makes sense. I'm going to the range today. I just want to send a few down range just to have it relax, be out in the sun a little bit. And so let me come on this morning. As you can see, I'm gonna show y'all. As you can see, I like to do stuff like this. I've been very busy wet sanding. I've actually got another one. It's a different color blue that I'm kind of with the prime. It looks pretty good, but when I put the next few coats on, y'all seen the yellow bottoms, so I've had wet sand those before I put the gray prime on those. So I'm really about this life, like the wet sanding, the building, and making the models look like real vehicles. And it's a hobby. It's very small. I've got fat little fingers in this, using tools. And one of the first things I did as a kid, I love doing it now. And being an inventor, I like making things that aren't there, it's constructing something out of nowhere. That's who we are. Henry Ford, they had us believing he created the car. It was two brothers that actually built the first car. From steam to gas. Why is that hard to believe? Well, who you think stole our patents? Why do you think that what we know of Einstein is completely lie? He was a mob. He was us and the Jew. And he was put in a position to have all these other Jews come in, German, Dutch, and all that other, and French Jews, Irish Jews, like the Kennedys, get these patents to build them up and make them rich, to steal our and remove who we are in the dynasty by still keeping tabs and locked in on us. That's why I say when I see people talking to Vlad TV, just listening to Sean King, I say send them young bucks to me and let me get in the ring, even in my broke down condition, so I can show them how I turn something on and bury them. Juneteenth. Y'all know, y'all really aware what that means? What it's saying? That is the stupidest shit our people have ever accepted. Our people have become so literally dumb. And the enemy likes it, but they don't understand what it's doing to them, what it's going to do to them in the long run in the end. See, they become so foolish. They think that when we can keep some genes and we can keep the bloodline going. So we know once we're going, everything's. Don't believe me, because you're in this fictitious world. Look at the sister, the one who really created. It's called which them Jews stole. And I'm not talking about it because I got I got brothers who are Jews who are my family who I love and I embrace it. Hell, my first girlfriend was a Jew, and not really all that pale skin either. But yeah, a very damn near a little lighter than me. My uncle in New Jersey, but her daddy was a pale skin motherfucker and hating and ignorant, didn't really even know who he was. You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta understand the Jews are on mom's side of the family. The women that have Jewish and Indian about that damn dark. And my dad, that's the side of the German, the Dutch, the French, Chickasaw, fought with them, made my mom's side POWs. Some of them, not all, very few. And then turned on the French and pushed their ass all the way up to Canada because they fought. Look at Trudeau now. That's how they was with us. Their own fucking people, raping our women. While we were on the trails fighting one, we come back and we see our kids murdered by these same men, and we go and we want vengeance, and we instead of them giving us trade off, they would go and shoot one of the guys who probably ain't do nothing because they needed the ones who were corrupt. We started slaughtering them. French, listen to me, Frenchmen. We kicked your asses just like we did the giants of old. So you ain't gotta like that. Yamasee, all you cats talking about you all African and Yamasee, it's called the Yama. The Yama people means the nation of many tribes, Creek, Algonquin speaking and everything, Seminole, Gulas, everybody. It was a great fucking nation. Always, always, all the way to the coast. They don't teach that in that fake ass Yamasee nation down there in Louisiana. And it pisses me off because you got some old elders who know this truth. Chickasaw or the Choctaw, who are the Yama Nation, giant killers. Because we were able to, with our red hair and light features, to fit the fuck in. Tell me, because I know our stories. This is made up, new, fabricated bullshit. So they can come on, bring them on. Share this shit. Bring their monkey ass on with their new ideology. So I can give them a nice little smack and say, wake up with your self-hating self and your diabolicalness. Get up out your unrighteousness for those who love it, because a lot of them are Christian and all this other bullshit. You can't explain half the shit unless they go to fucking Google. Google is full of shit. I'm here. Now, see, I have a feeling when it comes to family, who keep pushing bullshit. I want y'all to tell me about the Pell and Dark Wolf. Don't give me that YouTube shit either. Tell me about how we took care of. This is what cracked me up about a lot of my ass. I said, well, in the Bible, they talk about growth of wood. We know that it was all over America. And the Jews incorporated many Irish and turned motherfuckers to start chopping them down. Anywhere from 12, 20 to 34 breasts standing across the base of one of our trees on the so-called East Coast. This is the East. But all the way up to Washington, all the way over. Where them pictures at now? And thankfully on Microfiche, I was able to download about 20 of them. I shared them over the years on Facebook. And people were going, damn, that's the tree in the swamps of Georgia. I mean, yeah, that motherfucking was probably about 500 feet tall, maybe 700 to 800 feet tall. They had about 37, 38 motherfucking start-ass Pell Irishmen. They didn't know how they was going to cut the motherfuckers down. That's how they built all them goddamn boats. I remember over in so-called Europe, they had a tree shortage. Hell, they came over here and fucked the sewage things up in the stuff that we built, because they started pouring pee and poop out the windows like they did in England and creating all that the toxic stuff and fumes and just nasty and burials. 5 points. What is facts? And we had to go and we had to show them how to build a cistern to run the stuff out, because the ocean could clean it. We're used to all this animals and meat and all this shit byproducts and eating flesh. But I know we got a lot of goofy people, and I had enough of them trying to argue with me about beef, pigs, and chicken. And I'm like, okay, tell me about our ancestors cultivating chicken, pigs, and fucking beef. And nobody had nothing to say, because that's not our stuff. That is not from here. We had horses and everything. They came here, wanted to eat the most sacred of fucking animals. And the turtle. Every time I see them Negroes down in Louisiana talking about, let's eat some turtle soup, I said, y'all are a bygone product of not who we are. I don't bite my tongue, because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I wish one of them would challenge me on this shit. My mammy pappy. Fuck your mammy pappy. Yeah, people want to be able to say and do anything they want, but they don't want to be pressured or pushed into a corner and have to deal with a response that makes their allegations that they believe are true. I call them allegations, because they're not based on truth, they're facts, baseless. But they don't want to be questioned. And this is the time and era we live in, where they want to push everything on everybody, but don't want nobody questioning, speaking out against it. Share this shit with your family. If they got a problem with it, let them see it. Let them get the cringe effect. Say, look, watch it all the way to the end. So I'm gonna share something at the end. So that way they can get the realization that somebody out here actually cares about them. They can have the realization. And they don't have to embrace it. But I care about them. Is the reason why I'm doing this. I care about all walks of life. No, I'm not the great humanitarian. I don't know what the fuck that word even means. We go with another ism, a Terry. Ish. All enough of it. It makes absolutely no sense at all. None of it makes sense. They keep trying to be slick with their little fucking, and I'm telling you need to get your little motherfucking enemies in life and get them to fuck about this country quickly. So they stop doing the dumb shit they do. Oh, no. She's been shared with who it needs to be shared with. If she's intelligent, if she didn't do nothing harm, if she did it ignorant, she'd be fine. That's all I got to say to that. It's really coming down to the wire. I don't advocate no harm. I hate fighting. I detest for all this warfare, all this foolishness. But see, the enemy who loves that, the sacrifice, the blood, everything, the ones who stay hidden in positions, control what you eat and what you take of, They have enough idiots out here to look at this and say, "Oh yeah, we got," and they're the problem. The ones looking for the problem are the ones creating the problem. Charge the phone, guys. Yeah, she didn't respond because now she knows what she's dealing with. I'm not just going to sit there and say somebody out the sky blue hit my vehicle. That makes no sense. So Instagram, I'm gonna show you off. Instagram, I found another post of this individual. It's kind of funny. Instagram blocked me all. I don't care. I found another post of this individual. So she has, so Green Mags, this very nasty mouth individual, has, I believe that she is also, I could be wrong. Somebody correct me. I believe, but the pictures with 427 Skies, arguing with Autumn and all of them, I believe her, not 427 Skies, but I believe her to be this this idiot, Ruby Rex, who goes calling people clowns and all kind of foul names and then gets them blocked. It's either a fake account or it's somebody real. I don't care. See, this is what they don't understand. I told them for over a year, go ahead and deactivate my account, motherfuckers. Hell, I'm about to get rid of Netflix and all that Chinese manipulated, all that stuff they gave to all these people. Be aggregates, stop paying, and all that HBO Max, Disney Plus. That's just me. I don't need none of that shit. I got movies when I'm gonna watch TV, and I'm doing other things with my cameras and all that. So power sources, blah blah blah. So they can I can save an extra $120, $30. Fuck a fake book. Fuck an Instacart and all that other stuff. Because see, they never was about the reality of the people. And the guidelines had nothing to do with truth or anything else other than another way to look at people with fake motherfuckers in government, which we established, and they have overstepped their boundaries and out of pocket, and they created all these consortiums to try and keep everything tight, keep things locked up. That's why they got the idiots always watching us, those of us who speak a certain way. They have these idiots who don't have no moral respect, moral sensibilities, who believe the Constitution don't apply to them. But this Constitution that they follow is not the organic Constitution. It don't apply to me too. The one that applies to me is the one that I live by. So fuck them and that fake little world. Don't come at me and have your little, whatever you want to call them, living in a fake little world because you put them in a position to be the little tyrants and tyrannical. So I'm gonna deal with them like that. As a matter of fact, there's a whole lot of folks, if they ain't poisoned with the shot and everything else, going to deal with them like that. Because we have a lot of good guys that are in there and they're confused. They have been murdering our people. Thank you for allowing that energy to be put where it needs to be put at. It's an energy that you will never be able to harness and utilize, regardless of what fake scientists and this, that, and the other, and in fear have made you think that you're contacting and this, that, and that, whatever. I'm not going to speak on no more of that. That's open for debate with anybody. Still getting that stuff out. It's good. It's a good thing. Oh yeah, I gotta eat that. Oh yeah, that organic bread with the garlic is delicious, man. That's the way I make bread. It was 12 o'clock last night. I was talking to my boy, my brother, he's asleep right now because he works nights. Marcus, and I was snacking on a piece of it, bro. I was like, I never do that, but I'm like, I'm down to like 208. I'm loving it. I'm not stressing about shit. I'm not worried. I don't care about nonsense. I don't. I need potassium, so I'm gonna get plenty of potassium. These got seeds in it, even though it's been modified. When it says organic, it's been. If the banana ain't half this size, it ain't real. And y'all saw the frozen ones on my Facebook Live. Real bananas I froze them so I can dehydrate them and take the seeds and have the seeds for whatever's going to happen. At least I'll have these seeds, or I can pass them off. These real seeds, corn, and stuff like that. for whatever may come. I just feel like it was my place to do it. Maybe they'll be destroyed and burned up. I don't know. Something needs you somewhere to do something, talk about something. Do it in a way that's not marginal, doesn't marginalize yourself. And you don't. I'm not out here to harm people. People will attempt to harm you. Just know that there's a balance in the structure, and those who seek order understand that finite position of balance. And most people will take that truth and create something out of it because they're tyrannical and full of all angst and hate and all this and other, and yet they'll walk around talking like this. Yes, at the same time, instead of escalating, and they're emotionally unstable because their demeanor is false. That's a little one to give you. That's fake. That is fake. I don't like when somebody says so and so language and that's not the real language. Whenever I'm studying language, right? Or just words just to pick up, and I see certain aggregates or alphabets that didn't even exist in the 1800s. I see them in there, and I'm like, wait a minute, no, that's not the letter. It's like sometimes in the beginning of a communication, instead of an S, you would see an F. Do you understand why? And then later on, you would see the S's. You wouldn't see an I, but you would see a what? These are the things that are very important to understand the truth of the world you live in. How things have changed, and we live in a culture a fake culture, that's adamant about change is good when change has always been unhealthy, negative, and intrepidous, and breaks everything. Well, they change the food, they poison the water, by stabilizing the water flow of minerals and everything, knowing exactly what they were doing by building certain buildings, after creating the wars that didn't have to happen, and the disproportionate functions of all these heavy metals and toxins going into the natural water streams where our people subsided, that would affect all living life. While they don't drink that water, before they've done that, they've had a system to be able to have the most purified, mineralized water. You don't believe me? Just do a little research and study, and you'll find out, and you'll figure it, and you'll learn. See, this is the thing that you will never see because you think they're going to teach you that in school. The food. Do you think they're eating this shit? Do you think they're eating this? Do you think they're eating them fake red potatoes? Them fake red tomatoes? I grew up seeing nothing but green, weird-shaped tomatoes all my life, and all of a sudden, somewhere in there in middle school, high school, I started seeing red tomatoes coming from Italy. What the fuck? Or we had the red and black and blue. Remember those tomatoes that were all different kind of weird size? And the carrots look like ginseng. Who remembers that? Because they're in the same family. Where these long straight carrots come from, bro? I'm in the military. I was like, what is this shit? Why do bananas today, even the organic ones, have 70% less copper? We're always talking about potassium. Do you understand the benefits of potassium and copper together in our bodies? So I got to go and get the best chelated copper, and I've got to eat enough potassium. That's too much for my stomach to allow my system to re-aggravate, and then go out in the sun. Do you understand why people are running around half crazy? Then I got to get a PBA free. And I remember back when we was breakdancing on my watch, we'll be drinking water out of a bottle. They poison in the water, and sure enough, when I come home from the military, kids on the side of the roads in Florida selling bottled water for $1. It's the most chemically perverse toilet water in the world. I've been at sea, overseas, drinking pristine water created from the salt water in the oceans, mineralized. We had to be healthy. And when I tasted that bottle of water, I thought I literally stuck my head in a fucking toilet with shit and pee. And I was like, this is the norm. After all them years, I come back, this is the norm. Can't make that up. You can't. What's it's Kanuski. Or, or Kasoli. You know, when, or I see. You know what I'm saying? Is that our ancestors' language? It's a redact. It's a change. That's somebody asked me a question. I just come up with this. So ask a question. So I'm saying here, that's kind of our language or not. Take it for what it is. You have a lot of pale skins playing like the Chickasaw and the Mongolians, and they're not. They're not our people. They're not the ancestors. They're not the real people. It would take a lot to recognize a lie, right? So there you go. Federal government, we established to not do the things they do, are going to sit up there and recognize a lie because they've overstepped their boundaries. They've been tyrannical for a long time, and we have people on the sidelines in their own ignorance are the disruptors, the ones that put blinds on you, keep you running around in the fallacies and lies, fighting something you don't need to be fighting. I have silver. I had chelated, but now I just have that what's that other silver? Do not take that stuff. The liquid, do not use that. I used it by accident. I think it broke down my immune system a little bit. If you're gonna take silver, it has to be chelated, just like gold. It has to be chelated. They benefit the body. But, this the system we live in. It was to tear us down, but not just who we are as a people. And this is what's so stupid about how they did it. It was to tear us down physically, by mentally depriving us of all the things that are good by giving us visuals, things that are abscond, things that are far from, things that are perverse. And then affect our food to make our Christ, our light, be dim. And then to put us into a hardship with more enemies who say they're not enemies because you can sleep with one or two, perform their duties, and some in ignorance aren't aware that they're not. Then they believe they're not being our enemies, but if they're not speaking the truth and they're calling you black and they're siding with this new African American bullshit, when most people in Africa still, some of them still know where they really come from. It's all a lie. And if you believe you're an African American, or you from that land and you call yourself African, you not only did yourself a disservice, you need to get the fuck away from me. Because see, my dreams are not lies. I don't like talking about my dreams, but I know what's coming. And boy, go back with your family. If you got a little bit of us in there, know that you are a family, but we're not you. I got many brothers who identify as African, but they call themselves Ugandans, this, that, and the other. And they're aware of how those lands came to be from how people were being shipped over there. Oh, there's a lot of them that know. But there's a lot to get paid to say otherwise, too. And having that money in that life, they figure, oh, we can just hide from it. We already been through apartheid, and that everywhere was affected by apartheid, y'all. The delusions and the stuff that we're given in the media to keep us stuck down of blackness, an ideology, experiment or experience. I can accept that, the black experiment or experience, which didn't apply to us. It affected everybody. We always get this 100 years. You see that motherfucker that made that book, 100 Years of Lynching? Why don't he include all the Spanish and the Pelicans and all the motherfuckers and the Jews lynched and murdered? What's a whole shitload of them, a slough of them? Where's that history at? See, I don't like none of this fake stuff. But see, this is fake government. This lying ass, no good, and the people put in position who have been indoctrinated, walking on their little fucking weird checkerboards and all the other dumb shit and that fake ass Harem Biff and all that other bullshit. I've debunked Harem Biff numerous times, and I'm not even gonna do it no more because I don't care. I'm not bound to those feelings because I'm a construct. I'm a construct of a lie, a narrative, because I like to formulate in it. I like to percolate in it and be bad coffee or bad tea. Fuck that. No. I'd rather be doing gun stuff, but they trying to make people non-2A. But I know a lot of Spanish people right now that look at Kamala Harris and Biden like, who the fuck are they? And I'm talking about a majority. I know a lot of Chinese don't give a. I'm talking about Chinese. I'm talking about the Chinese Americans who I respect, who I have love for. Like I said, I lay my life down for a whole lot of folks, man, straight up. What I don't like are these arrogant, ignorant, like my own people who are just dumb as fuck. Who want to open their mouths and they're given a platform, they're monetized and this, that, and the other to do the same dumb shit that has put us in the position that we're in and creates division and separation, and they're the aggregates and talking like they're supposed to be bringing people together, and they're not. Young and dumb, not old and wise. We have a lot of folks who are old and very wise, but they can't talk about certain things because they have been labeled this, they have been labeled that, they have these 3 strikes, they have this and that and the other. They use drugs and all that shit. That's the one you want to listen to. I'd rather deal with a cop who had a drug problem than a motherfucker that don't even know the first thing about drugs, was raised in ignorance. Don't know the history of drugs. Why they're there in the first place. Don't want to know. Just hates. Mango, you were singing to me. Look, I can smell it. I told you how I got these mangoes, okay? Real deal. But I'm gonna before I go to the range, I'm gonna finish reading Ghost Dancing with Colonialism by this Chinese author, Miss Wu. But I found another book that's even better than hers. I'll relinquish that soon. And she's not a hater, but she pushes that fake ass narrative, which I detest. But she has still some points. It's good to read everything, y'all. Don't be so judgmental and not know. You know. I like okay, what is this? Oh, how many of y'all ever calls your auntie or your uncle Nita? Nita, like Nita, Nita. And said it without even knowing because you heard it before when he's growing up. If you're born in the 60s or 70s. How many? Do you know what that means? Like Big Mama? It means bear. So there you go, partner. All right. Yeah. We didn't have tribes and clans that ran around talking about the bear. We're the eagle people, y'all. You know, later on we picked up gator clans, turtle clans, wolf clan, because we walked, and jaguar clans because we walked with these animals. We didn't hunt them or kill them. We didn't fight with them. They didn't maul, hurt, and hunt us and murder us. Not until the arrival of the broken Negroes of Far and their black, pale-skinned compatriots. The perversions in our stories of ancient history started to unfold that we would have to fall, and the plight would be great and many until the days of what is it called? The days of folly. Because of the days of folly. You don't have to like what I say. You don't have to share it. I see people don't want to turn notifications on. They're working. So busy, hard. Hopefully y'all come back later. You check it out. Now, for me to sum this up, I'm almost at an hour. If you're drinking tap water, do yourself a favor. Start growing, germinate right in your home. You can grow them plentiful. Get a little fish rack. You know, instead of putting a big 10-gallon tank, get you some of the carbon. You know, which called zero carbon footprint containers. Very good soil. Keep your eggs. If you got a box, you can put soil with dirt. The ants ain't gonna crawl out if they got a good sugar water and everything like that. Red clay, dirt, and soil. 10-gallon tank. Them ants are not gonna climb out, y'all. Put your sugar cubes, the water drips, and I'm talking about cane sugar. Put them all over. They'll crystallize in the sand. They will dig holes, and they can live off that for so long. And put a little pond, makeshift fish pond in the middle of that with water. Throw you some worms in there. Get you 2 cages with about 5 to 6 parakeets apiece, and let them fly free in the house. And put in your place, which I'm going to do here, little ledges that can be removed and not mess nothing up. And let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to and put the eggshells and all that stuff, churn them up. Get you a couple of 5-gallon drums and germinate. Grow you some parsley and cilantro and soak your fucking water in that parsley cilantro. With that parsley cilantro, I'm talking about grow them things long and just soak your water, strain your water, and drink that green fucking water. Not only will it be removing heavy metals and toxins, periodically, it will also help your body assimilating what's already within you when you go in the sun, as far as your melanin from the chlorophyll. Start there. And fast. Fast meaning sit your ass still for 2 to 3 or 4 days, just walking around very lightly. Get some sun. Don't burn yourself to death. Do not drink no water. Do not eat shit. And don't think about anything. If you got a man that loves you, have him do it with you. If you got children who are grown and they don't know how to shut the fuck up, put them the fuck out the house. Do it for your own sanctity. Do it because it is important. You need to put your feet in the dirt. I don't give a fuck. It was moved from 10,000 miles away. It is still mama. It is still old as earth herself from the depths of the seas. Okay? Don't worry about what they're spraying in the sky, what they've laid on the ground. Don't worry about what they've done. Get to the point where your concerns do not become stress. Longevity has nothing to do about living, but the resourcefulness of who you are and what needs to be done. What needs to happen will happen. There's no way around it. You can ignore it and say, well, I'm not going to do it. Somebody else can do it. Yeah, well, then you don't need to worry about anything. That's me being narcissistic and sarcastic at the same time. You get no more answers. Oh, this is another fast charger. I got it in the wrong. Oh. Sometimes, because it was connected, I can disconnect it. It's not going to kill it. I want to charge it. Okay. Select node 10. Happens with this device. Okay. Just going to do the script. Go to the notification settings. Turn off all notifications from autoplay. Boom. There we go. All right. It's like that when they're connected. I mean, I can do split screen on here and actually put it up. Y'all computer savvy, you know what I'm talking about, all that stuff. So anywho, the end, there is no end. That's the most important thing to remember. There is no end to the craziness. And there never was no end to the truth. We have been subjugated and made to believe that all things have an end, but things are finite. Study those two words and then get back at me. Stop listening to these people who are ignorant and don't know no damn better. I'm not shooting the messenger. I'm saying allow yourself a moment to breathe. Okay? There's some of us, man, who have a lot to share. And we know a lot of people aren't ready for it. If there's anything I have a feeling about, it's that. And I can sit here and say that it is confusion, but I'm no longer confused. But I'm being honest with you. It is confusion because you would think that people want to parlay with that which is relevant to the truth based upon things that they can identify as, pertaining to what's being discussed. But there are many people who are wayward and they live in a world that is a construct and they love the diversity of perversions. So I'm not gonna do except for keep sharing. Keep learning from them too as well. So there's a feeling for that. There's a feeling for that. That's pretty much the end of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this mango cut up, get my banana diced up, and finish this. Oh, and get my omega-3, which is from flax seeds that I make. It's hard to make it, y'all. Don't even try leaching the flax. I mean, it's a process, man. And I don't have the beakers and all that. So I guess you call this the end. It's a little add-on. It's hard. I made these, and I also got the capsules with the needle injected, which is not cellulose. That's a vegetable cellulose. It's not from pork. You know, you Muslims I know that were taking bodybuilders all the time and over there in Harlem and the weight gains. And I told them, you know, you taking all these pills and all of them. That's all pig. That's all pork, bro. You've been eating half a pig all week, and you talking about you Muslim. You don't even study what the fuck you popping in your system because you're using steroids. I tell my people all the time, you don't need protein, people. You don't need creatine. Unless you're going to eat raw meat and drink blood. You, the people of light, are dimming your lights more often and more. You don't need them. You can make tinctures. Like go out and collecting the plants, especially on the so-called East Coast. But you just put it in water and you do the right thing. You get some good purified water and you make your own tinctures. And you get pressed, you get enough of these plants, and you know, expel, you know, all the oils and the liquids. You put them in little jars and you put them in dark, cool places so they last for a while. Air seal, you know how to do that? The vacuum seal with the, okay, anyway, it's easy to find out. YouTube got channels to tell you how to do those things. Those are things you need to be looking at. Can't make you nauseous, though. I'm gonna drink it. I should have smoked a little. I don't like getting high, y'all. Weed, no. That's why I guess I got so much, because I like to take this 1 or 2 puffs because I understand what it does here and the angst in my body and the pains. It helps alleviate a little bit. This stuff is real bitter, y'all. But anyway, thank you for putting up with me this morning. Like I said, again, like, subscribe, and share. I was talking to my boy last night, and I told him I was probably going to send him. So I'll probably send him a couple of videos that I've been editing, but I don't want to put them on here until I reach a certain number. It's because I need. Our kids are the most. Our kids are the most important thing on this earth. Children. And my feelings for the children are off the charts. The pain, the angst, the agony I feel. It's worldly. It's outerworldly. It's innerworldly. It has nothing to do with the world that we live in, but it's something that I can't explain. And our children, like us, have been done wrong, so wrong. And to see them when they're grown, they don't know that we're still children. It's pain. Real pain. Big pain. How do you say, do you speak Chickasaw? Chickasaw no so. People say it fast, people say it slow. They go Chickasaw no so, and they say it some other kind of way, or I have a certain twang when I say it. But that's not our ancestors' language. Oh, it's there, but that's not it. We actually spoke many languages from around the world, but we actually spoke one language on this land. And I know a lot of people don't believe that because they're such divisionists and this, that, and other, and they know everything, and they have all the answers. But no, they were my great grandpappy's uncles, great grandpappy's or uncles. They didn't tell me that. They said no, we all spoke one language. How the hell you think we got around and we mingled with each other? I was like, you know what? I kept hearing the most common sense shit that made sense. And I'm like, are we really in a world of fucking turbulence and made up shit? Wow, we're just number lies all the way around. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Don't have to prove it to say it right, you're wrong. And I'll be like, I'll be quiet, okay, cool. It's no loss. Because obviously I don't have to tell you about what I think or whatever. When you start scratching the surface of order, you don't have to speak on certain things. I do all this because I care more about the kids than I do anything, and we're all children. Do you understand that? But I'm gonna go ahead and get off now. So I'm over an hour, and I didn't want to go over that. So y'all have a wonderful day. I didn't come back on last night because I was talking to my boy. I was tired. Back was hurting me. My knee was really bothering me, but I didn't want it to become part of the conversation. So I just want to be honest about that. And let me go ahead and get this done so I can get myself gathered together and get my ammo and everything, and load my truck up and go out to the outdoor range and enjoy a little pew pew time and sighting in some stuff, getting used to some things with my left hand. I'm ambidextrous. I'm a right hand. I was born always a righty, but I trained my left hand up to be just as good writing and all that. So when I'm working with models, I flip things around. I mean, it's stuff that you train your brain to. We have to it's all the information's there, but we have to reacclimate. We have to allow the functions. We have to wipe your butt with your right hand. Start wiping it with the left. Oh, I got pull my. Get used to doing it. It's for this. There's more to it than what people think. Do not minimalize yourself because we become minimalists. Well, I'm no longer a minimalist. These terms, I can't stand these terms. I really can't. But anyway, y'all have a wonderful, beautiful day. Be upright. You don't have to lift your head too high. You don't have to be all down. Just humble. Be straight. Be straightforward. Chat with y'all later. When it blows up, it's going to blow up. Trust me. People getting tired of hearing the same bullshit. Norton, New Jersey. What the fuck is wrong with you? Where's my brother, the guardian angel, who was murdered and shot down the cop going to help for a lady who was shot by this sorry ass motherfucking cop back in the 80s? Where's the statue for him? How about the lady killed by dumb little irresponsible Negroes because of the system? Like Cory Booker, like to support, ran over some 18 years ago, and she was well known for pushing a shopping cart around. What about the man who used to ride the bus and do all the dancing, was murdered by some little punk ass nigga? Where's the statue for him? I used to enjoy seeing these people, Broad Market, this, that, and other, Prince Street, all the where the statues for all of them? And you got some motherfucking George Ford porn star, this, that, and the other. Something else was going on there. That was a big ass act. I'm tired of this Black Lives Matter. Y'all can take that shit and shove it, take it overseas somewhere. And then look at her. Fuck. Get all of them out of here. If you want to be black, stay dead. Because you're showing it. You don't even know who you are. But you got a big mouth. Because you're emotionally unstable. Later.